Greetings and welcome aboard to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy, even if you don't like it. We are your hosts. Finally, we have Frosty back with us, so yeah, he is no longer just a myth at this point. We are reviewing the latest album from metal giants Sabaton. Gentlemen, take it away.
Hold on, I'm looking something up. So you start, Frosty.
All right, yeah. Let's say I'll go ahead. Sabaton. Very first song I was introduced to Sabaton
So he is a glitchy motherfucker right now.
was 82nd All the Way.
Huh?
Oh, am I?
A little bit, yeah.
You're better now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I was introduced to Sabaton by Pincushion, and the very first song that I heard from them was 82nd All the Way.
Which was my first too.
So yeah,
Sabaton cherry to the same song.
well, you know, brothers breed brothers.
Yeah.
Let me see. So I don't remember exactly what year it was. I think it was 2017 or 2018 that I was introduced to them. But I definitely enjoyed them. I went ahead and threw them onto my Spotify at that point, and
It was 2020,
I've
dude.
been listening to them every once in a
I
while.
was gonna say it was probably at
Has it
least
been?
2019. Yeah, it had to be at least 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was earlier than that.
Maybe you kind of discovered them earlier than that, but I showed you that way later because I didn't discover them or fully listen to them till like 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then it was 2020.
I'm partially the reason for that, but yeah.
Actually, you're the full fucking
Yep.
reason for that.
Then it was 2020 that I discovered them, or that I was shown them. Definitely enjoyed the sound that was coming from them. So they were added to my Spotify. I've been listening to them pretty much ever since. Not like religiously listening to them, but I definitely listen to them every once in a while. This album, we heard like 4 or 5 singles before the
4, I think.
album. So four singles before the album was released.
Yeah, Templar,
And,
The Duelist, and Lightning the Gates, I think, were the ones we heard.
To the fires of hell, the ocean.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's stuck in
So,
my head now.
So yeah, no, we listened to all 4 of those singles. Every single one of those singles, I wanted more and more. I mean, the Duelist and Lightning the Gate were the 2 out of the 4 that was, you know, kind of like there. And I mean, I did enjoy, but like, I definitely enjoyed Hordes of Khan and Templars more. But oh, and we did hear Crossing the Rubicon. It was 5.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that one.
So, because I wanted to mention this while I was talking about the album. The album itself, I definitely enjoyed the structure of the album. It was very well done. I figured Templars would be the first or second song on the album, and it was the first one. Definitely liked the structure. Production was great. When I got to Crossing the Rubicon, I'm like, wait a minute, this sounds different than what I remember. Hold on.
Mhm.
Let me go back to the one that we had originally listened to. So I listened to that one, and then I listened to it again, and I'm like, holy crap, the album version is better than the one that was released. I actually enjoyed the album version of Crossing the Rubicon.
The guest vocalist isn't on there.
Definitely enjoyed this album.
Yeah, the ghost vocalist is.
Yeah, and I figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I figured that out, and I think that's probably why I enjoyed the album version more.
No hate.
But yeah, no, the album
Send all
did
of your
pretty
hate
damn
mail
well.
to Frosty at.
No, just go.
Frosty.
Frosty at
Well,
don't give a
funnily
fuck
enough,
at
the beginning of
gmail.com.
my email is Frosty.
Yeah.
Oof, Yahoo. But
Yahoo!
no,
That's all right.
so no, I definitely enjoyed the album. I really enjoyed a lot of the stuff that we didn't, that released with the album as well. Trying to remember which song it was. It was near the end. It was one of the ones that I really enjoyed off of the album. That was not one of the singles released. I don't remember the name of the song. Crap.
You know, might be
But
journalist.
yeah, there was something about it that was just like, holy crap. I definitely enjoyed.
I bet I could tell you what it was once it gets to my portion.
It was near the end of the album, if I remember correctly.
Cycle of Songs or Till Seeger were the last two.
Cycle of Songs, that one was it. I don't know what it was. All I know is that one almost became my number one favorite off of the album. I think Templars is still going to be my all-time favorite on the album, but Cycle of Songs hit really hard for me, and I enjoyed every second of it.
As the kids say, it hit different.
It hit different, sure. I'll say that. I mean,
Put you in all the right places. I'm just kidding.
but it touched me just the right way.
Give me a moment, I'll show you the doll.
No, but yeah, no. So, as far as a rating on the album, I would definitely put this at like a 9 for me, a solid 9. I absolutely enjoyed every second of it. It was a lot of fun to listen to. I want more.
Too bad that's a whole album. Get over it.
I suppose it's my turn now.
After the awkward silence of the
Supposedly.
Alright, so I'm going to discover this out. I discovered them late 2014, early 2015, whenever their tour with Nightwish was announced. I had never heard of them, and I saw Sabaton as opening for Nightwish. Like, who the hell are they? So I listened to some of the stuff, and I was like, damn, they're actually pretty good. I even watched a live video of theirs before they came to my town when I got to see them myself. And not only watching that and seeing them in person and then listening to their discography, I instantly became a big fan. To the point I showed Frosty, not Frosty, but Pincushion. And even though he had heard of them, he had never really gone in and paid like a whole lot of attention, and then he got sucked down the wormhole like I did. So, now coming into this album, I was a little nervous for a couple reasons. One, their last two albums were so good.
Oh,
Both The Great War
such
and
a
the
high
the
bar
War
they
that Ends All
put.
Wars. They did. They set such a high bar with those two albums. Like, both of those albums would have been anywhere from an 8.5 to a 9 for me, which is a high score for me. So that would have made me a little nervous. That made me a little nervous. And I also got a little nervous because out of the first few songs, both Templars and Hordes of Khan, to me, didn't really grab me like most Sabaton songs have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They were okay. Templars, I like Templars better than Hordes of Khan. Hordes of Khan is actually probably one of my least favorite songs on the album, strangely enough. It's not my least favorite, but it's lower on this. Templars is kind of in the middle for me. And so I was a little nervous. And then we had the Duelist and Lightning the Gates came out. Listen to Lightning the Gates, and that to me sounded like the Sabaton I knew and loved.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thoroughly enjoyed Lightning the Gates. Duelist was all right too. And then we did Crossing the Rubicon, which minus the dude from Nothing More, I really enjoyed that song. And like Frosty, I enjoyed it more on the album, even more on the album because it didn't have him in there.
Send your hate mail to Doppler at don'tgiveafuck@gmail.com.
How'd you know that's my email? No shit. But anyway,
Made a lesson.
so I was nervous coming into this album. And the first half of the album did nothing to quench that nervousness. Like all the way through, the first 5 songs, with the exception of Crossing the Rubicon, did nothing for me. Like Templars, it's okay. Hordes of the Con, like I said, is one of my least favorite. A Tiger Among Dragons, it was one of my least favorite. I didn't care for it either. Crossing the Rubicon, it was good. I Emperor was just okay to me. Made of Steel was better. Like, it was definitely an improvement. That's when the album started to kind of turn a corner a little bit for me. Impaler was okay. And then you had 8, 9, 10, and 11. And that, from Lightning to Gates, The Duelist, The Cycle of Songs, Till Seeger, to me, that's the Sabaton I know and that I love. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the second half of that album. That, to me, that second half of this album was almost on par to the last 2 albums, whereas the first half wasn't at all. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, for example, if I was going to rate the albums, I probably would have rated the first half of the album about like a 5.5. Like, I was kind of that disappointed in it. The second half of the album, though, would have been a solid 8.
Yeah.
If not higher than an 8. 8.25, something like that.
Yeah.
And I would have to say my favorite song on the album is probably a tie between Lightning at the Gates and the Cycle of Songs like Frosty. Thoroughly enjoyed both of those songs. And then the Crossing the Rubicon is probably third, right behind those.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, still a solid album. It definitely doesn't reach the level of the last 2 albums.
No.
For me. But it's still a solid album. I still enjoyed it, but if I went back and listened to it, or which I'm sure I will, there are some songs in there I'd probably skip. Just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So, but there's 2 for sure I'd probably skip. I'd probably saw the second and third song. For me anyway. But overall, it was still a solid album. Like I said, the second half of the album I loved it. So overall, I gave the album 7.
Okay.
So not at the level of the previous albums, but still overall a solid album, a decent album.
Yeah. So my history with Sabaton pretty much started actually around 2019. And this is because, as Doppler's mentioned, is whenever I had known about Sabaton, heard about them, didn't really listen to them. Whenever it was at one of my old buildings, there was a dude that absolutely loved Sabaton, so he would start on the way back from break, he would be singing along to the Great War, and he would just, like, not having really heard them, the way he was singing it sounded fun, but again, it never piqued my interest to actually go in and really listen. Up until roughly 2020, maybe 21, Doppler had showed me that there was a group that did a cover to 82nd on the Way, and this group was Amaranth.
Yep.
Amaranth, they did their cover to A Second All the Way. I thought it was one of the coolest things out there. And he goes, now do you want to hear the original? I'm like, obviously. I heard the original and I was fucking blown away. Like, at this point, I was starting to become a fan. And then I had heard The Great War, and that was the epitome of how to write an epic for me. And then, so I pretty much immediately got their entire discography, started listening to pretty much everything I could from them, and I became a fan. Give me a moment.
I guess he's getting a Sabaton. Did he get lost?
Probably misplaced it.
All right, so as I was saying,
I was
No.
right.
I was saying,
Yell.
so listened to it, just absolutely loved it. And then The War to End All Wars came out, and it was just an absolute masterpiece along with Christmas Truce. My fucking God, I still cannot listen to that. I cannot listen to that track to this day without tears. Just listen to the lyrics. That alone will just... So, as Doppler said, they set themselves an extremely high bar. Anyone who understands Sabaton knows that their last two albums have been about World War I. This is their introduction. They wanted to begin to stray away from writing war-related material because they've done a lot, and now they are going into other aspects of history, such as the legends of history, as it were to be put.
Yeah.
Now, this being stated, they are in new territory, and because of that, it's going to present challenges for them. I will give some pros so far to this album. One, Sabaton knows how to write epics. They know how to make something that you feel like you could march to a crowd with. They are extremely good at what they do, instrumentally, vocally, everything. The con. Because this is nothing but, speaking of legends, almost every track on this album held the same rhythm, held the same tempo. It wasn't generic, but they started cookie cuttering that same rhythm and that same tempo to the point where you could almost say, if you've heard one track, you've heard the album. However, that is not entirely the case here. So, from Templars to I Emperor, it is almost the only thing that's really changed is the lyrics. I mean, you have your slight variations on what's going on here, but essentially it is the same thing. Made of steel, they pick up the pace. And they write an awesome, heavier piece. And then it goes to Impaler. They go back to what they were previously doing, along with Lightning at the Gates and Duelist. Cycle of Songs is whenever they go back to doing something having a little bit of a variation. And then Tilseeker is one of the most unique tracks on this album because they are not singing in English. I'm pretty certain that they are singing in Swedish, if I'm not mistaken, which is their native language. So, that being said, was this album solid? To say that it wasn't solid would be a fucking lie. However, there is a lot that could have been done differently to be more interesting. So, because knowing that, and it's going to sound funny coming from me, but due to their lack of variation within the tracks, I was very disappointed in that sense. That being said, they can still write great tracks. They're just not near on par with what they typically do.
Right.
That being said,
Oh, of course. You still got to buy it. I mean, duh.
exactly. So it's still one, even though you heard one track, you've heard the majority of the album. The majority of the album is still fucking good. Still fucking amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with an 8 on this. I do hope that things kind of change up and get better on the next release. But yeah, was a little disappointed in this album. But I say that in relativity to their previous releases. That's why I say that. So
Yeah, that's where a lot of mine came from too. Yeah.
yeah, which we held the same sentiment.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
probably
slightly
why
sure
I
that you
don't
always
have that.
yeah, that's
It very well could be.
yeah,
It
because
very well could be.
Frosty, what you need to do is listen to their previous albums, and you will see exactly why we gave our rating what we did.
Because I mean, I've heard songs off of those albums. I just, you know, I haven't like actually like, listened to them. Listened to it.
Sabaton is one that you can't listen to just one or two tracks. You have to listen to the entire album because then you will see the impact.
Well, see, what was it? I'm trying to remember the exact name of the song. I think it's Night Witches was the name of the song. That's like my favorite by them, period. If I remember correctly, was the name of the song.
That must have been a good bit of an older one.
It was, I think it was on one of their older albums, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
But I definitely like that one the most.
that-
82nd All the Way is by far the second.
Oh, absolutely. So, all that being said, if you are into some fun heavy metal with an interest in history, as always, I highly recommend you getting this album or at least listening to it.
Yep.
But we will end on that note. Sabaton, you guys still did great. I'm still excited to maybe potentially see you at some point again because it's going to be my third time seeing them. The first time I saw them,
Yeah, me too.
wow. Just wow. That they are just as good, if not better, live.
It'd be nice to go and see them
Headlining
for the
next-
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're headlining next time they come through here, so
And I'm s-
not till next year. So you got time to make up your mind.
I know, but I'm contemplating it. I so am contemplating it. But anyways,
I've never seen them live. I'd like to.
it's
So there goes by.
it's fucking beyond worth it.
Yeah, but I've seen them twice. He's seen them twice. Once together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But neither of us have seen them headline. They've been opener each time.
Yeah. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any opposition, fight us in the comments. And whether musically, lyrically, or literally, keep rolling heavy.